Hello, welcome to our 30 days of building the fintech app. Okay, so this is day one. We are actually going to do setup here. We're actually going to set our development environment. Today we'll set up the front end development environment. Tomorrow we'll set up the backend development environment. So we'll be building a full stack web application. So this is going to be a full stack web application and we'll be building it in 30 days. Every day we'll have something to do. Every day we'll have something to do. These videos will be recorded like this and I will be showing you every single thing I do. Every line of code that I write, I'll explain it to you for you to understand, okay? So let's get into it. So today we will set up the foundation of our 30-day fintech application. So you're going to be building this application with me. So day one, day two, day three, day four to day 30, we are going to build it and we deploy it. By the end of this lesson, you will have Next.js TypeScript project ready with Tailwind CSS. Okay, so your essential libraries and the GitHub repo. So this project we are building with Next.js, TypeScript, Tailwind CSS, and GitHub. Now with the front end. Now it's obvious. It's possible that you might not know TypeScript. All right, it's possible that you might not know TypeScript. It's possible that you might not know Next.js. But this is what employers are looking for. So you have to start learning these things. Okay. Anyways, if I have a full stack web development program that I teach all these things from JavaScript, HTML, CSS to Next.js, MongoDB, everything. Okay. So now, as I'm building this project, I'll be explaining everything line by line. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is to create our Next.js project. That's the first thing we have to do. So, but what is Next.js? Next.js is a React framework that makes building full stack applications easier. You see, React is not a framework. React is a library. React is a JavaScript library because React lacks some certain things. All right, so Next.js now built on top of React library to create a framework that with Next.js you can build a full stack web application with only Next.js. Okay, but we are not going to use Next.js for our backend here. We'll be using Express.js and Node.js for our backend. So we will use TypeScript for safer error-free code. Now, why am I choosing to use TypeScript? First of all, this is what employers are looking for. So if you want to get employed in the next 3 to 6 months, you need to learn TypeScript. Okay, it is safer for writing code and it is error-free. Okay, so now what you need to do is to open your terminal. So let me show you something. First of all, create a folder. Create a folder. So for me, I'm going to go to my projects folder. What if you can create this project anywhere? So just make sure you create a folder. So I'm going to go inside my project folders, and then inside of it, okay, I already have this fintech, but okay, so I'll create a new folder. I will call it I'll call it fintech app. All right, I'll call it fintech app, and then this is my folder now. So I'm going to open it. So create a folder, call it Fintech app. All right. Inside of it, I don't know what you're using. Do you have Git? If you have Git, you can actually right click and click on you open with Git bash here. But if you don't have Git, all right, let's go to Visual Studio Code. So you see this folder, Fintech app. Make sure that you're inside of the Fintech app. If you know how to use Git bash, if you know how to run Git bash, use Git bash. But if you don't know how to use Git bash or you don't even have Git, click on open with code, open with Visual Studio Code. Now I open with Visual Studio Code. Now this is my main project, the Fintech app. All right. So inside of the Fintech app, I'm going to click on Terminal so that I will open a new terminal inside of this fintech. Make sure that you're in this folder. Look at the folder I am in. Look at what my terminal is saying. My terminal is pointing at my desktop project fintech app. Make sure if you don't get this thing right, it's going to be hard. Okay. So make sure that your cursor. This is what you have. It must not be. Just make sure that you're in this folder, fintech app. So once you're in this fintech app, I want you to do something. So this says open your terminal and write this. But let me show you something. Let's go to Next.js website. So let's go to Next.js website. Next. JS. Just type in Next.js. Let's go to Next.js website. Okay. Go to the Next.js website. Click on Get Started. All right. Click on Get Started. So go to installation. Go to installation. So this is what you need to do. Yeah. When you are here, this is PMP, PMPM, NPM. Select NPM. I'm using NPM, so you make sure that you're using NPM. Copy this code. Copy this code. All right. But I'm going to copy it one by one so that I can explain to you what exactly I'm doing. I'm going to copy this code first. I will just copy the first line of code. I will go to my Visual Studio Code. I will go to my terminal. I will paste it here. Look at it. I have pasted it in my terminal. Okay. So now it says nps create hyphen next hyphen app at latest. Then my app is the name, but I want you to change this my app. Change it to front end, fintech front end. Change it to fintech front end because we are still going to have fintech back end, or just make it front end because since we are in the fintech folder, make it front end. So this is going to be our front end application. Okay. So make it front end. Then you will have this dash dash yes. Now I might go on. If I remove this dash dash s, there are some couple of things it is going to ask us, but just leave it. Leave the dash dash yes. Okay. When I teach in my tutorial on Next.js, I explain these things. Okay. So, but I don't have that time to explain everything here. So just go with the default. When you with this line of code, we are telling Next.js to install the default Next.js installation. So hit enter. All right, hit enter. If depending on your or how strong your network is, it is coming up. Okay, I believe you can see it. It says create Nest app 16. That 16.16 is the version. So just say Y, yes. Hit enter. Okay, so it is going to install and create the folders for us, create our dependencies. So it is installing now. All right, it is installing. So I'm going to pause this video and come back when it is installed. So if you have gotten to this extent, all right, if you have gotten to this extent, type in the comment section. Let me know. All right, type in the comment section. So I'm going to pause so that I don't waste too much time. Yeah, I'll pause and come back when it is complete. All right, you can see that everything is installed, added 356 packages. So we have created our front end. So if I open this folder now, you will see there's a lot of things here. A lot of things. You go to the app, our global CSS has been sorted as stuff like so. We are good now. This is a framework. Next.js has made everything easy for us. So the next thing you have to do is this. Let's go back to the website. Then what you have to do is to do cd, change directory, then to the name of your app. So in our case, we have the name of our app is front end. So I will say cd front end. So let me explain to you what I'm doing here. This cd, look at where we are. We are on this folder, fintech folder. That is where we are on this Atmos folder, this fintech folder. But if we want to run our front end application, we need to go to this. We need to come to this folder. All right. So when you say cd means change directory, change your directory to front end folder. So once I hit enter, you can see now that we are no longer in the fintech app folder. We are now in the front end folder. So then the next thing to do now is to say npm run dev. All right. If you hit enter now, we are actually starting the server. We are starting our server now. So the server is starting. All right. So it has started now. All right. The server has started. So it is ready. So go to http colon / localhost 3000. So when I go to my browser, I would go to localhost 3000. So go to http localhost 3000. Okay, so it is loading. And if you go back to the terminal, you would also see that it is giving us information on everything. It's compiling the home page. So this is our server. This is how servers actually work. So this is our server now. Okay. So look at it. It has compiled the home page in 15.6 seconds. So if I go to the home, if I go to the browser now, I'm going to see. Now this is the home page. So this means that our Next.js frontend application is ready. All right. It is now ready. Okay. So now this is the first thing. So if you have gotten to this place, I want you to type in Next.js successful. Okay. So let's go back to the slide. Okay, let's go back to the slide. So now, instead of us doing this whole thing, all right, just follow what I have done. Okay. I didn't call it Fintech app. It was the main folder that I called Fintech app. Then instead of it, I now have front end. I would also have back end. Okay. So, but for now, the Fintech app is in our case now, in our case, the main folder that we are working with is this front end. Sorry, the main folder that we are working with is this front end. This is the main one. We are going to have back end too, but all of them are inside of this Fintech app folder. If I go to the folder, look at the Fintech app folder has front end in it. Okay, so you will be asked a few questions. When you're running this nps create app at latest, okay, the Fin app, you'll be asked a couple of questions. But if you don't want to be asked a couple of questions, just use this dash dash yes. That's what we did. And we were, Next.js just gave us the default, okay, which is okay. So then we now have to change our directory to the main front end folder. So that's what we have done so far. So the next thing is to install Tailwind CSS. But the thing is that Tailwind CSS is already installed. With what we did, Next.js installed Tailwind CSS by default. When you say nps create hyphen next app at latest dash dash help, yes, that means it's creating everything. So in case you're not following that pattern, if you want to install your Tailwind CSS separately, you can follow these steps. Okay, follow this step. Just follow this step by step. Then do the same thing here. Configure the tailwind.config.js. So I have already done this, so there's no need for me to explain all these things. Okay, so now you add Tailwind CSS to your global.css. So, but we already have all this. Okay, let me show you. Our Tailwind CSS is working. All right. Okay, we already have our Tailwind CSS. Okay. Okay, it seems like, okay, we don't have it yet. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, it is installed. All right, it is installed. Where could I find it? Look at it. We are importing Tailwind. It is installed. Okay. Um, so it is installed because look at it. We are using Tailwind CSS classes here. It is already installed. But there's a way Node.js does it that we are not even, okay, look at the post CSS config is here. So Tailwind CSS is already installed. So by default, when you do this, um, when you do this create app, where is it again? When you run this command, when you run this command, okay, when you run this command here, nps create hyphen next hyphen app at latest front end. Yeah, so look at it. Look at the things it installed for us. It installed Nest, React DOM, Tailwind. All these things was installed for us. So we have Tailwind CSS installed. So that is why in our page we are using Tailwind CSS classes, and it is working. Okay. So the next thing is now to install some libraries we are still going to use. We are going to install Axios. We install socket.io hyphen client. We'll install React icons. Okay. So we can do it one by one, or we can do it together. So socket.io.client. Okay. So let's go to the terminal again. I'll go to the terminal. All right. I'll go to the terminal. If you don't want to close this other terminal, you can open a new one. You can open a new terminal. Just click on this plus sign. It will open. Okay, no, it is not. It didn't open it in our fintech app. So what you have to make sure that you go to the front end. It's opened it in our fintech this is so. Make sure whatever you're doing, you're on this front end folder. So I'm going to say npm install Axios. I hope I got it. Axios. Then socket.io-client. This is for real-time chat because we have real-time chat application in this our fintech app. The next one is React icons. React icons is for icons. So if I hit enter, it's going to take some time to also install. So I'm going to pause. I will pause it and come back when it is installed. So it has installed Axios, Socket IO client, and React icon. It has installed the three of them. So the next thing we have to do is now Axios is used for making API requests. It is a library, okay, it's a package, an npm package that is used to make API requests. We'll be using it a lot. So we use it to talk to our back end. Socket.io client is for real-time notification and chat. Okay, so we use Socket.io to create real-time application and real chat. Okay, so React icons is for beautiful icons without designing them yourself. So we are going to be using them here. So now let us initialize our Git. Now, remember that this project you have to push it to Git. So the next step is version control helps you save your progress and collaborate with other people. So for you to you need to initialize this project, initialize it. So I will go back to my terminal. Remember, you have to be in the front end, this front end folder. I will say Git init. Okay, so I am not going to be teaching you Git here. Okay, but in my full stack web development program, I have all these things. So let me show you. See, my full stack web development course, all right, you'll be learning JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Git, version control system. You will learn Tailwind CSS, JavaScript mastery, TypeScript. You will learn React. You will learn React mastery, Node.js mastery, MongoDB, RESTful APIs, and then web architecture. You will also be learning Prisma, okay, Prisma ORM. So this is a full course, all right. So if you're serious, you really want to master full stack web development, you want to take your time and master it. I took time to explain everything one after the other. You can see we have 12 chapters, 21 chapters, 20 chapters, 20 chapters. I took time to, it's like each of them is like a full textbook. But instead of you reading text, you're actually watching tutorial videos like the one I'm making now. So I also taught Git there. Okay. So let me go back to. So now I am make sure that you're on this folder. So I want to initialize this our project, our front-end project to I want to git initialize it. So if I say git init, I hit enter, it has initialized it for us. So the next thing you have to do now is to save. I'll say git add, git space add space dot. So this git add space dot is going to save all the changes that I have made to this. It's going to change it, save it for us. I will save it. Now that I have saved it, it is not yet committed. So now let me see. I like taking you step by step. So git init, we have done it. So let's make our first init. Before you make your first commit, you need to add. You need to save your changes. So I have done that already. The next thing is to now say git commit. Then what is the message? The message is initial commit, Next.js TypeScript setup. So I am going to say, I didn't just do only TypeScript, I did everything. So I'm going to say git commit. So -m, that's my commit message. Then your message should be in double quote. So I'm going to say, I'll call it initial commit, and I will say front end setup with Next.js. All right. So if I hit enter, it has committed it for me. So now that I have committed it, so Git is actually taking you will be watching my project, my folders, my files. Okay, now I've committed this. So the next thing I have to do is now I need to push it to GitHub. All right, I need to push it to GitHub. So now let's go to GitHub and create a new repo. I will call it Fintech App. Okay, so I'll go to my GitHub. Go to your GitHub. This is my GitHub. Okay, so I'm going to create a new repository. It is taking some time to actually load. It's loading. So I'm going to create a new repository where I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to create a new repository. I assume that you know how to do all these things. I assume you know how to do all these things. Okay, so what I'm actually doing here is to help you build projects. All right, some of you might have been, it might be difficult for you to build projects alone. So I'm going to help you build projects. So I'll click on new. I'm going to call it Fintech App. So the repository name is going to be Fintech App. All right, I'll call it Fintech App. So you can see the Fintech App is available. I'm going to leave everything default. I'll just come and create repository. Okay. Now that I've created repository, I'm not going to explain all these things. I'm not going to explain all these things. Look at the only thing I'm going to copy is I'm going to copy this code because I have a Git folder that is initialized. Okay, so I'm not going to do this. This is what we have already done. So if you have done what I have done already, just focus on this next line. So I will copy this code. I will copy it. I will go to my terminal again. Remember, you make sure that you're in the front end folder. I will paste this this code that I copied from GitHub. I will hit enter. All right. It has added my repository. It has added my local repository to my GitHub repository. Okay. Then the next thing is for me to, I would create a branch. I would say Git branch. All right. So this is going to be my main branch. I will paste it again. Okay. So I will paste this one again, git branch hyphen m main. I will hit enter. All right. Then the last thing is to push it. The last thing is to now push it to GitHub. So just copy this, copy the last one, and then go to your terminal and then paste it and hit enter. Now it is going to push our local work, all the work that we have done here so far. It is going to push it to GitHub. Now it has pushed it to GitHub. It is complete. So if you go to your GitHub repo now, if you go to your GitHub now, if I refresh this folder, look at what it's going to give us. You can see now everything is here now. All right, we are working with the main branch. Okay, from now on, every day, this is day one, so day one is going to be the main branch. From day two, we'll be creating new branches. So if you take a look at, this is what we have. All right, this is what we have. Okay, now, but this is for the front end. Okay, this is for the front end. Maybe I made a mistake. I would have. Okay. Okay. I would have done everything from the. Oh. Okay, see what I'm going to do. See what I'm going to do. Please pardon me for my mistake. I'm going to delete this repo. I'll go to settings. I'm deleting it. So sorry, we have to make it better. So I'll go back. Sorry for this. I will delete this repository. I made a mistake. I am supposed to include the whole fintech app folder. So yes, I will just the name of the app, just copy it and paste it. Now, I am one person that like to show you my errors. When I make errors, I like to show you so that when I make the errors, I'll also show you how to fix it. But this is not actually an error. It's just that there's a way I want to structure my project. So I will go back again. I will create, I'll call it Fintech again, Fintech app again. Just the same name, all right, the same name, create repository. Okay, so it will create the repository for us. So we come back here. I will copy this code that I copied before. Now, but this time around, if I go to my terminal, I don't want to work okay. Okay, so I initialize the front end application, but I want to do the initialization. I want to initialize the whole fintech app. So I want both my front end and my back end to be in this folder. So I will go back. I just hope that this wouldn't cause me much problem. but if it does, we'll fix it. So I will go back and I'll open a new terminal. This time around, I want the folder. I want to initialize from my fintech app. So I will say Git. So I am on the fintech app directory. I am not on the front end directory because I want the fintech app the repository folder to be initialized. So I'll say git init. It has initialized our fintech app. Then I will now say git. I will say git space add space dot. I hit enter. Okay, it says, you see, we are having this issue now because we already have the front end. Okay, see what I'm going to do. Look at what I'm going to do. To solve this problem, follow me. All right, I will go to the folder. I'll go to the front end folder and I will delete this key. This is the reason why it is git initialized. I'm going to delete this git folder. I will delete it. So make sure you delete it. Okay, I have deleted it so I wouldn't have this problem again. It is telling us that we cannot initialize we shall not have two git folders in the same directory. So from this fintech, we used to have we have initialized this front end, but now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go back, do git add, okay, um, not a git repository or any parent. So okay, let me go back. I will initialize it again. All right, so just start afresh, initialize it again, git init, initialize it again, then you can now add. Okay, you can now add. You have added git repository inside your current directory. Oh my god. Okay, no problem. This will make me to start afresh, but I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, it's okay. Let us continue with the. Okay, let's continue with the. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, okay, okay. Disable this message with git config set. You have added another git repository to your current order. Clones of the outer repository will not contain the contents of so git submodule add. If you added this part by mistake, you can remove it from the index. Okay, so let me remove it. It says git. I should say git rom hyphen cached, okay, and then front end. So it's giving me insight on what to do. So just read this thing. So this is what I'm doing. Git remove cache. So let me remove the git that I have done already. Now I have removed it. I have removed it. So I can now go back and say git add. Okay. Now you can see now it's working. So perfect. I have removed the git for the front end now. In as much as I deleted that folder, but this is just follow exactly what I have done so far. Run this code git rom hyphen cache, then front end is the name. So now I can now go on and say git commit. I can go back to that my former commit message. Okay, I don't have it here. So I will say git commit hyphen m as the message. The message should be, I will now say front end setup with Next.js. All right. So I hit enter. Wonderful. So we have added one, we have committed it. Then I can now go on and paste this code. All right. The fintech app that I copied from the Git. Look at what I mean. Once you have done here, just come back here, copy this code, but make sure that you are on the fintech app. So if I hit enter now, fine. Then the next thing is to go back, copy this code. Okay. So we are going to create a main branch here, paste it. All right. Then the last thing is let's push it to GitHub. So if I come here, come to my terminal, I will hit enter. So it's pushing it to GitHub. It is done. It has been pushed to GitHub. So if I go now, refresh this folder, sorry, refresh this repository, you can see now, this is the structure I want. So when I do backend, I will have it like this. So if I open this folder now, this is the structure I want. So if I open it now, I can see everything in front end. And day two, we are going to create for back end, and we'll have these folders like this. So this is exactly what I want. Okay, this is exactly what I want. Okay, so so far so good. We are doing well. So now initialize your Git, link your local project. We have already done this. All right. So create once you have created a Git repo, all right, you copy the remote add origin, then the URL for the Git repo, then you create your branch, you push it to your main origin. Then now your project is safely on GitHub. So our project, even if my laptop crashes now, all right, I can come back to my GitHub repo and I'll get this. It is here now. All right. I can always come here. I can always come here and get it. Okay, so it is safe now. So now we have already run npm run dev, and then we have seen our browser, and our code is running perfectly. Where is it again? Okay, look at it. Okay, no, this is it here. So look, our local host. Okay, so if you have not done that, just go to your make sure you are on the front end app. So this is it. Make sure that you do cd to front end so that you'll be in the front end folder. That is your front end application. Then you say npm run dev, then you go to localhost 3000. Okay, so now we have created our basic structure. So app component. So we are going to add, this is the basic structure we are going to have. As we continue, when we want to create components, we're going to create the component folder, utils folder. As we go on, we'll be adding this folder. I don't want us to add it when we have not needed it. So if you go now, so the next folder we're going to have there is going to be back end. So everything in front end will be in the front end folder. Everything in back end will be in the back end folder. So we have successfully done this. So by the end of this video, you have successfully installed and run your Node.js. Tailwind CSS is installed. Axios is installed. Git is installed, and we have done everything, and we have pushed it to Git. So tips for beginners. Don't worry if something breaks. You can see that as I was doing it, I had to, although my own wasn't an error, all right? My own wasn't an error. I just have to create a folder structure. And you see, when I was trying to actually remove the Git initialization I did for the front end, you saw me having some issues. But reading that message helped me, and I used the tip they gave me there, and I figured it out. You should be mistakes or errors like this are part of our job. Okay, so if you have any issues, drop it in the comment section. Let me help you out. So the important part is learning how to set up a real project properly. That's what we have just done. We have set up a real Next.js application, and then day two, we are going to set up backend. So subscribe if you have not subscribed, like the video, comment, so that you'll be ready for day two. Turn on notification. We'll do day two. We'll connect database, MongoDB, and we'll do all these things. Okay. So thank you very much. Now, if you're interested, this program is going to help you build portfolio. All right. It's going to help you build portfolios, but this program is actually 100,000 naira. But my students are getting it for free of charge. If you're my student, you're getting it for free of charge. If you have bought this full stack, if you're a student of this full stack web development program, okay, okay, if you have bought this course, this full stack web development program, all right, you're going to get this tutorial, this any portfolio project I'm doing, you're going to get this for free of charge. You don't have to pay. But if you're not a student of this course, that means you have to pay 100,000 naira for this program. I'm going to walk you through day by day, step by step. So if you are interested, all right, contact me. All right, come to the WhatsApp group, contact me. If you're interested to buy the full stack program, contact me. That program will take you step by day by day. You're going to master. It is as if you're reading a book, one page at a time, one page at a time, until you master. So if you want to be a master of full stack web development with Next.js and Node.js and Expert.js, buy that course, or you can actually pay for this one and have it for free of charge. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next class.